Please welcome Amy Armstrong.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that her flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
From Alaska, family fun night.
Good evening, Chugiak, Eagle River Chinook fans. It is time for some more Alaska Baseball League action. Tonight, the big city boys, the Anchorage Bucs, come to town to face your Chinooks. The Bucs come into this game with a 15-9 record. That's good for second place in the league. And your Chinooks come in after a heartbreaking loss to the Miners 6-5 last night. Come into this game 10-15. That's good for tie for third. I'm Cale Duarte, joined by Ryan Beck. Ryan, it's a beautiful night out here. What are you looking forward to in this game?
I'm looking forward to some good baseball. Noah Jones is on the mound tonight, and, you know, he always makes things just a little bit interesting up there. So it'll be a good game from the defensive side, and it's good to see the Bucs, and it's always usually a pretty good matchup when we play these guys.
And we'll see what happens. The last time we play these guys has always been competitive, so we'll keep an eye on that, hoping for some fast-paced, competitive Alaska League baseball. In the field tonight for your Chinooks, like Ryan's saying, the left-hander Noah Jones on the hill. Catching and behind the dish is Alex Crotty. Over down playing first base, we have Justin Gomez. Playing second base, Alex Schmitz. Playing the hot corner third base is Luke Coffey. Playing shortstop is Aaron Loveshack Shackelford. And from left to right, we have Jeremy Johnson, Mike DePries, and Levi Gilcrease. Noah Jones, who's on the hill tonight, comes into this game with a 1-2 record, a 2.79 ERA, and in 29 innings pitched over a 6-game started span, 11 strikeouts, has given up 9 walks and 32 hits. And to lead things off here for the Bucs is Jace Vanderbeek, the Gonzaga right fielder. Vanderbeek comes into this game hitting .255. And we'll see here how he leads things out for the Bucs. Noah Jones on the hill, his first start since June 28th, when he went 6 innings and gave up 4 runs and a 7-6 loss to the Miners. And his first pitch tonight is fouled away by Vanderbeek for a strike one. Beautiful 69 degrees. Not that much sun like we saw last time we were here. The sun is pretty much away. Some gray skies out, and Jones puts that breaking ball high for ball one. Ryan, last night up in Matsu, 5-1 lead, and the Miners has chipped away and lost on a hit-by-pitch 6-5. What do you think the guys are just feeling after a depressing loss like that?
Well, it's time to get to work. And Vanderbeek hits that one towards Mixon over at first. He's going to flip that to Jones, and he's got the out. But for right now, I mean, it's go to work, and the Bucs have work to do, or excuse me, the Chinooks. And in that sense of if they want to get back and we see these guys one more time in the regular season, but if we do go to the postseason, we're gonna have to face them one way or another, whether it be in the championship game or in the preliminaries. And the day is going to come where we do have to beat that team, and so mentally we have to get refocused and able to beat our adversary there.
As Todd Lott, a big swing and a miss for strike one. Well, I think that's the key, is just having that mentality. I think some of the guys on the team it's hard for them to get focused and into that playoff atmosphere of going on a grind. So hopefully that flip is switched in their mind as Jones has the 0-1 pitch. That skips in the dirt for ball one. Lott comes into this game on a tear, hitting .330 with 2 home runs, a triple, and 8 doubles. And that's good for third in the league in terms of batting average. His teammate, Jake Veith, who's in the cleanup hole tonight, fourth in batting average, right behind Lott with .325, so we'll see those big boys tonight. The 1-1 pitch to Todd Lott with 1 away, top half of the first. And Lott is jammed inside, and that's put out into short right field, caught off by Gilcrease out there, and Gilcrease puts that away for out number 2. And now coming up with nobody out, nobody on, and 2 away here is Pete Derkay, the DH tonight for the Bucs out of University of Tennessee. Noah Jones on the mound, kicks and deals, and that one just hangs high, ball one. Last night, a little bit of a chippy umpire situation, I'd say, the least.
It was a little bit chippy, but every umpires can be a little bit different.
1-0 pitch hangs inside for ball 2. Two-0 pitch now coming from Jones to Derkay, hitting .278 this season with 5 doubles and a homer. The 2-0 pitch from Jones. That one down low, ball 3. Tonight, the bullpen is not going to be as filled as usual, as a lot of arms have been put to use in the past few days. So it'll be interesting to see how Chris Beck, the pitching coach, uses that bullpen. The 3-0 pitch from Jones hangs high, and the Bucs are going to get a 2-out base runner on that 4-pitch walk from Jones. And now Jake Veith, the big hitting left-hander out of Gonzaga University, who's hitting .325. That's good for 4th place in the Alaska Baseball League in terms of batting average. 2 homers, 7 doubles, and 19 RBIs. He's also been walked 16 times. And so the pitchers are well aware of the danger he presents. And he hits that first pitch out to center. Pre's going to have to come in hard. But ultimately, the left fielder, Jeremy Johnson, makes that play out in deep left center. That does it here in the top half of the first. When we come back, the Chinooks are going to be up 0-0 as we head to the bottom half of the first inning. Bottom of the first here in this Chinook Bucs matchup. Leading things off is the center fielder, Mike Caprice. He's going to be followed by Jeremy Johnson. Batting third and DH and Brandon Mitchie. In the cleanup spot, playing first, Justin Gomez. Batting fifth and playing short, Aaron Shackelford. Third baseman, Luke Coffey, batting sixth. Alex Crotty, the catcher, batting seventh. Alex Schmitz playing second base, batting eighth. And Levi Gilcrease playing right field will be batting ninth. As the starting pitcher, Harrison Pyatt, drops that one in for strike one of this game. Pyatt, the 6'5" right-hander out of San Diego State. And Prees is going to chop that down the first base line. This could be trouble. Prees is going to avoid the tag and get called safe. Some good acrobatics there by the Chinook center fielder. As that took some moving and shaking on the part of Prees. Jake Veith down there at first, instead of tossing it over to first base, tried to tag him, which ultimately was probably the best decision he could have done. But ultimately, Prees gets aboard with an infield single, and Pyatt, a quick pickup attempt down to first as Prees slides back in safely. And that one is up high to Jeremy Johnson. Jeremy Johnson has arguably been the hottest hitter in a Chinook uniform out there. Hitting .309 and hitting with a run on first is Pyatt. Throws over to first again. Johnson. The past few games went 2 for 5 last night, 2 for 4 the game before that, 2 for 4 the game before that. And he's on an 8-game hitting streak. Hits here with the runner on first, nobody out. And Johnson fouls that away for strike one. Harrison Pyatt, who's on the hill for the Bucs tonight, comes into this game with a 1-2 record. And 3 games started, has 22 innings. Good for 20 strikeouts, 3 walks, and 15 hits. And he has a 1-1 pitch on its way. As Johnson laces that down the right field line, foul.
And that ball was sponsored by Edward Jones Financial Investments and Gavin Reed.
Chinooks actually saw Pyatt June 23rd. Pyatt went 5 innings, gave up 2 runs on 4 hits, had 2 walks, and 8 strikeouts. And ultimately, the Chinooks came out on top of that match of 8-3. We'll be looking to do something similar tonight. And Johnson chops that out to second base, out to Spore. Spore just has to flip over to short. And the throw from Fuchs coming to first, not in time. As the fielder choice gets the lead off, gets the lead run of Prees and puts Johnson aboard at first with 1 away. For Brandon Mitchie, who moves up a spot. We're used to seeing him in the cleanup hole batting 4th. Now he's going to be batting 3rd tonight. Run on first, 1 away, bottom half of the first. And Mitchie takes that one high, ball 1. One-0 pitch coming from the San Diego State Aztec on the hill. That one outside, ball 2. Mitchie comes into this game hitting .244, went 0 for 3 last night with the strikeout. And Pyatt throws it over to Johnson. Johnson slides in safely. And there goes Johnson. And Durkay throws down. Johnson slides in. And out is the call. Questionable call down there at second, as it looked like Johnson's foot got in there before the tag. But the umpire, who's 2 feet away, is a lot different than my view. And now there's 2 outs with nobody on as Johnson gets caught stealing there. And excuse me, that was Mason Fishback behind the plate, making that throw down. The 3-0 pitch, and Mitchie swings and misses and fouls that one off. Strike 1. Three-one pitch from Pyatt to Brandon Mitchie. And Mitchie just gets some contact on that. Calaccio over to third, going to give chase and put that away in foul territory. And that's going to do it for the first inning. 1 hit, no runs, and we head to the top half of the second. This game tied at 0. We'll be back with more Chinook baseball. And to lead things off here for the Bucs in the top half of the second is David Hensley, the center fielder. Noah Jones on the hill for the Chinooks. And the first pitch of the second is up high, ball 1. Jones in that first inning, 11 pitches. So he would love to have another consistent inning like that. The 1-0 pitch to the San Diego State right-handed hitter as Hensley chops that into left center. That ball is going to drop for a leadoff single for the Bucs center fielder. Michael Fuchs now stepping to the plate from Vanguard University. Fuchs hitting .284 with 2 doubles. Last night for the Oilers, went 1 for 5 with a double and an RBI. Playing shortstop tonight for the Bucs. Hits with the runner on first. And nobody out, top half of the second. As that one drops in for strike 1. Jones looks over to Hensley at first. And throws. Fuchs has the bunt down, does get it down. Hensley's going to go to second as Jones looked over there for a split second. But instead throws over to first and gets the out. As Fuchs has successful sacrifice bunt. As the Bucs now have a runner in scoring position on second with 1 away. And now batting is Mason Fishback. Been a while since we've seen the most interesting last name in the world come to the plate.
I mean, there's a lot of interesting last names. I don't know if it's the best.
Hey,
but
it fits. It's
definitely
the
up
most
there.
Alaskan.
It is the most Alaskan. I will give him that much.
As Fishback puts that in the left, and that was a hard hit. As Hensley's going to have to be held up at third, and all of a sudden the Bucs have runners on the corners with 1 away. As Fishback goes fishing there for his first pitch single. I think that was a pretty good play on words.
It was. It was very punny.
It only took me a month, Ryan. Runners on the corners here for the Long Beach State dirtbag, Dominic Galaccio. You know, if you didn't know any better, that would be a pretty good insult.
It would. I don't know if he would take it that way. He'd probably just take it as encouragement.
Galaccio hitting .237 and 38 plate appearances. Only 12 games on his stat sheet as his team, Long Beach State, went pretty far, went to a super regional. Ultimately lost to Texas as Galaccio takes that outside for ball 1. Top of the second here. And beautiful Chugiak, Alaska. David Hensley at third. Mason Fishback on first. And Dominic Galaccio hitting from the right side of the plate with 1 away, top half of the second. As he digs back in after taking a ball 1 from Jones. And Jones looks over to third and throws. That one in there for strike 1, even up the count 1-1 here. Galaccio, last 3 games combined, has gone 0 for 9. So in a little bit of a dry spell at the plate. Well, that could change any minute. 1-1 pitch on its way with runners on the corners and 1 out. And there goes Fishback to second, but that ball is in the dirt, and Fishback going to have a successful steal there. And now, runners on second and third here with 1 out. And a 2-1 pitch on its way from Jones. So no double play opportunity anymore. As the corner infield is in. And Galaccio hits it to Coffey. And Coffey going to throw it home, and we got a man in a pickle. Karate has it. Tosses down to Coffey. And Coffey going to chase down Hensley. Jones has it. And tags Hensley. And they do get the lead runner. As Fishback came from second to third. And Galaccio stands on second now. And after that fielder's choice, a little bit of a Sandlot version going on there. And ultimately, out of all that, 2 outs now with runners on second and third. That was my tryout to be a horse racer right there, Ryan. All that moving back and forth.
It's like, and they're off down for 3.
Seriously.
horse racing is a difficult sport to announce.
Oh.
It's so short, and you have to good vision. You have to know all the horses by
We'll
their
talk about
name.
the names. I mean, they have interesting names all over the place. And that ball skips away from Crotty. And here comes Fishback. He's going to score easily. And the Bucs, all of a sudden, have a 1-0 lead on that pass ball. And now the Chinooks going to have to bunker down here to keep that deficit just at 1. 1-0 lead for the Bucs. Calaccio on third now after that. Wild pitch in the dirt. Moves him from second base to third base. That ball down low, ball 2. And the 2-0 pitch inside, ball 3. And Cody Spohr at the plate here for the Bucs. 3-0 count on its way. Calaccio on third, 2 outs. Top of the second, the Bucs lead 1-0. Jones sets, has to find the strike zone here. And does not do so. And the Bucs, after that 4-pitch walk to Spohr, can have runners on the corners for the top of the order here.
At the plate for the Bucs, number 9,
Jace Vanderbrake coming to play for the Bucs with runners on the corners, 2 away in the top half of the second. Two-out pitch from Jones. And that one misses down low, ball 1. Vanderbrake grounded out to first. And his first at-bat, just an inning ago. And now has a 1-0 pitch on its way from the left-hander Jones. Misses down low, ball 2. And all of a sudden, that's 6 balls now. Jones is throwing in Justin Gomez over there at first. Just going to go have a word with his left-hander. Gomez playing first tonight, but is typically seen behind the plate. So definitely a good sign to see Gomez just going down, having a word with his left-hander, as Gomez has caught Jones numerous times. Just going to go calm him down, give Alex Crotty, the catcher, some help back there behind the plate. 2-0 pitch from Jones, runners on the corners. And after that meeting by Gomez, Jones finds the strike zone for strike 1. Chase Vanderbrake, the leadoff hitter here for the Bucs. Hits from the left side with runners on the corners, 2 outs. Top of the second, Jones delivers and misses on the outside, down low for ball 3. Three-one pitch now, so a hitter's count for the Bucs right fielder with 2 outs. Top half of the second, and a 1-0 lead for the Bucs. And that one misses down, and the Bucs, after back-to-back walks, have a load of the bases here. And all of a sudden, the Bucs are in a position to do some real damage to the Chinooks' Todd Lott. He flew out into short right field. Steps to the plate. Lott, like I mentioned, 3rd in the league in batting average. Coming to the plate here with bases loaded. Lott, 7 RBIs. We'll be looking to add to that here. Jones with bases loaded and 2 outs. The first pitch to the right-hander, Todd Lott. And Lott, first pitch swinging, chops that high in the air. But that goes nowhere as Johnson travels in and puts that away. And a little bit of excitement on the Bucs side, but ultimately only 1 run comes across. We head to the bottom of the second. The Bucs lead 1-0. Your Chinooks coming to the plate after this. As we're back here in the bottom of the second, the Bucs have a 1-0 lead over your Chinooks. Justin Gomez, the Chinook first baseman tonight, leads things off, takes that outside ball one. Last night, we saw Gomez a little bit passionate after a strike three called. He thought opposite, and he was not afraid to give his thoughts to the umpire. As that one finds its into the strike zone for the first strike of the at-bat. Harrison Pyatt on the hill. 1-1 pitch on its way to the Azusa Pacific. Justin Gomez. Got one in there for strike two, and Gomez going to have to protect here as he's down 1-2 in the count. Pyatt sets and the 1-2 pitch. And Gomez right up the middle, off Pyatt's glove. And Spoor there at second, going to have to hurry and put that away. As, whoa, that ball was rifled right back to the pitcher.
It was definitely hit hard, and Pyatt lucky to get a glove on it. Had he not, it would have been in center field. Could have been an easy base hit, but without a glove, diverting it to the second baseman, you know, would have been a base hit, but oh well. I guess it's just the way it works this time.
And after that loud and exciting out number one, Aaron Shackelford to the plate with one away in the top half of the third, and Shackelford sends that first pitch out of play for strike one.
And that ball is sponsored by Discovery Club Recovery and Wellness Center. And Wellness Center.
One strike pitch comes from Pyatt on the hill. That one drops low, ball one. One nothing lead here for the Bucs in the bottom half of the second. Aaron Shackelford, the hard-hitting left-handed shortstop to the plate. 1-1 pitch from Pyatt. Outside, ball two. And that 2-1 pitch misses the strike zone for ball three. And Shackelford going to have a hitter's count here with nobody on and one out in the bottom half of the second inning. With the third baseman Luke Coffey on deck, Shackelford would love to get on here. A 3-1 pitch from Pyatt. And Shackelford laces that in the right field, but Spoor got to get there just in time and flip that to Jake Veet, the first baseman. And that is the second out of the inning.
Batting for the Chinooks, number 30, Luke Coffey.
Luke Coffey now takes that one just outside, ball one. And Coffey laces that 1-0 pitch high in the air to right. And Vandenbrink out there puts that away. The third out of the inning. And we're through two. The Bucs lead 1-0. When we come back, top of the third, the Bucs are up. Top half the third. As we're back here, Pete Durkay, who walked in his last at-bat, was left on base. Takes that breaking ball in from Jones for strike one. 1-0 lead for the Bucs, top half the third. Here in Chugiak, Alaska. And a swing and a miss by Durkay puts him down 0-2. Durkay, the DH spot tonight, can normally be seen behind the dish in the catcher's outfit. But instead in the DH and has an 0-2 hole coming from Jones now. And Jones has a few pitches to waste, throws that one to the outside, tried to bait Durkay and is swinging. But Durkay laid off of that one. Ball one. 1-2 pitch from the left-hander Jones. And again, Durkay lays off on that. Slider on the outside, even up the count 2-2. Jones gets a sign from Crotty, 2-2 pitch, top half of the third, nobody on, nobody out. And in the dirt for ball three, and Durkay, after dropping to an 0-2 hole quick, has worked his way back up and even to a full count of 3-2. Jones now 35 pitches through 2 innings. Looks to put Durkay out with this 3-2 pitch. Not sure that missed, but ultimately, Durkay going to trot down to first. And for the second time in 2 at-bats, Durkay going to be on due to a walk. Jake Veith, who flew out to left field to Jeremy Johnson, comes to the plate with nobody on and, nobody out, and a runner on first. Infield and double play depth. Durkay takes the lead on first. Jones sets on the mound and delivers. Outside for ball one. That 1-0 pitch skips in the dirt and past Crotty. And Durkay, he's easily going to take second base there on that wild pitch in the dirt. And now, Chris Beck going to go have a word with Noah Jones. It's his 23rd ball he's thrown in 38 pitches. And starting to lose his command, it might seem like, because that's about the 5th or 6th pitch just this top half that has been in the dirt. Chris Beck, the pitching coach, just going to go calm him down. And after that meeting, Chris Beck going to walk back to the dugout. Top half the third, the Bucs have a 1-0 lead. And a 2-ball, no-strike pitch on its way from Jake Veith from Noah Jones with a runner on second. And nobody out. Two-oh pitch now from Jones. Down low, ball three, and now Veith can just sit back and wait for his pitch here, as he has the luxury of a 3-0 count. And Veith not afraid to put contact on a ball and send one deep. 3-0 pitch to him. And misses for ball four. And that is Noah Jones' 5th walk of the game. And Jones is typically not one to be out of control and out of command. It's typically not much of a heater in terms of his velocity, but he's pretty dependable on the mound, getting ground balls and getting outs. But so far, 5 walks and just 40 pitches. And now David Hensley, who singled, puts that one out in the left field. Jeremy Johnson out there going to have to give chase, and that ball's going to drop. And Durkay is going to score easily. And Veith is going to just walk into third. And Hensley has an RBI stand-up double, and the Bucs are up 2-0 now and looking for more. Hensley, definitely one of the more aggressive hitters. First pitch, looking there, belted that out to left field, and that one just dropped about 2 feet away from being foul. And now the Bucs already with a 2-0 lead have runners on second and third for Michael Fuchs at the plate. Fuchs had a sac bunt in his last at-bat, and the infield corners are in. And that ball inside on low ball 1. Jake Veith on third. David Hensley on second. With nobody out here, top half of the third. 2-0 lead already for the Anchorage Bucs. And the 1-0 pitch. Down low again, 2-0. And that ball is fouled away for strike 1. As the Chinooks have some bullpen action now. Just some light, warm tossing going on. We'll keep an eye on that. As the Bucs have runners on second and third, nobody out, and a 2-0 lead here. The 2-1 pitch, and Fuchs lines that in the left center. That ball is going to be extra bases. As Veith is going to score easily. And Hensley right behind him, and Fuchs going to come around second and dig for third. And he's going to slide in there safely. And the Bucs have a 4-0 lead after back-to-back extra base hits. And Fuchs now stands on third after giving his team 2 more runs to tack on the board. And all of a sudden, the Chinooks are looking up at a pretty deep hole, and the Bucs are still not done. Nobody out. Runner on third. And Mason Fishback, who singled and came around to score for the first run of the game, to the plate. As the infield now in, so any ground ball, they'll check over to third. And that ball is out to shallow right field. Gilcrease out there. Fuchs going to be on third, and here comes Fuchs, and the throw from Gilcrease. And the throw is to Karate, but Karate not able to apply a tag, as Fuchs was able to use his speed to get in there in time. And now the Bucs put 4 on the board in this top half, the third. 5-0 lead over your Chinooks in the top half of the third. Dominic Galaccio to the plate now. One out, nobody on. And Noah Jones on the hill for the Chinooks, looking to get out of this inning. As Galaccio hits that to the mound, and Jones can't feel that and has to hurry. And that air right there by Jones on the mound puts a runner aboard. After Jones, that ball was just lightly tapped to the mound. Jones sprung it off, but in a hurry, could not put the ball in his glove, lost control. And after an error, Galaccio now stands on first with 1 away. The 9-hole hitter, Cody Spore, to the plate, who walked in his last at-bat. And there goes Galaccio, swing and a miss, but Karate not able to get a good grip on that ball. And Galaccio steals second. A 1 pitch now coming from Jones to Spore at the plate. Galaccio on second, and Spore has to lean in and just puts that foul, and he'll be down 0-2. Jones sets the 0-2 pitch. In the dirt, good job by Karate to keep that in front of him and not to the backstop. Dominic Galaccio stands on second. Cody Spore stands in the plate. 1-2 pitch coming from Noah Jones. The Bucs, after putting up 4 in this inning, lead 5-0. The The top half of the third, and that ball again is in the dirt. Good job once again by Crotty to keep that in front of him there. 2-2 count now.
It just seems like at this point, Noah's having a little bit of problem with just control over the ball, just skipping a lot in. Just looks uncomfortable, unfortunately, and kind of losing his confidence out there, which is so crucial for a pitcher at least.
And when the pitcher loses confidence, all that confidence lost by the pitcher, that means all that confidence gained for the hitter, as that one comes inside and gets away from Crotty. That's going to be ball 4. As Ryan, I didn't see, but was that a hit by a pitch there?
It was a hit by a pitch. It got him on the jersey. As they're walking him back to second base, keep him from advancing.
Backing for the Bucs, number 9, Jace Vanderbilt.
And now after that hit by a pitch, runners on first and second. Jones, 53 pitches now. And just 2 1/3. Leadoff hitter Jace Vanderbeek grounded out to third in the first, walked in the second. Now hits with runners on first and second and 1 away. And Jones misses on the outside, ball 1. Dominic Colaccio stands on second. Cody Sporer on first, and Jace Vanderbeek at the plate. And that ball skips again for ball 2. And Jones here. Yes, he's given up 5 runs, but right now, he just needs to find the strike zone and let his infield back him up. 2-0 pitch. And Vanderbeek jammed on the inside. Fouls that away to the Bucs dugout for strike 1.
Right now, the goal for Jones is to get out of this inning, stop the bleeding here. Hope that the Chinooks offense here can put up some runs.
And the Chinooks have the potential and have the capacity to do so. And right now, Jones just has to have that on his mind and have the mentality of let's just get out of this inning and see what happens. And that ball again in the dirt. And once again, a good job by the catcher, Alex Crotty, to keep that in front of him. Jace Vanderbeek digs in, runners on first and second. And a 3-1 hitters count pitch on its way from Jones. And Jones misses down for ball 4. And that's going to do it for Jones as Chris Beck is going to walk out to the mound. And Jones is going to leave after 2 1/3 innings, 5 runs on 4 hits, 6 walks. And he'll leave with the bases loaded and 1 out. And the Bucs leading 5-0. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, Chinooks have a new pitcher on the mound. And this called the bullpen, sponsored by Golden Wheel Amusements. The sponsor tonight for this game is Aiden Stout from the Masters University, comes on the hill. And here it's bases loaded and 1 out in this 5-0 game. And that one to Todd Lott outside for ball 1.
Todd Lott is definitely an oppressive force in the batter's box.
6'4", 235.
He's a large man, and he's got a lot of power behind that swing, which we've seen a few times as Stout puts that one in outside for ball 2.
It has been unleashed a few times. He's just finished up his freshman year.
And he looks nothing like a freshman. He looks like the effective term we would use to describe this is man-child.
And the man-child now is a 2-0 pitch, and Lott fouls that away for strike 1. Well, I would say in terms of just looking like a professional player, Todd Lott is arguably probably the most professional-looking guy in this league. It's hard to come across a guy that looks like he belongs in the professional league.
It is, but he has a big future ahead of him just with his skill and as he fouls that one away. But he's just his size, his demeanor, his athleticism. He's would not be surprised if he got picked up either this year or in the next few.
Well, he was drafted last year out of high school in the 30th round, and obviously, I mean, out of high school, 30th round, it doesn't sound at first, 30th round, but coming out of high school with how many players there are, not too shabby. And that one is chopped foul down the third base line to keep this count at 2-2. And so we'll keep an eye on Todd Lott, see where he goes. As he now hits with bases loaded and 2-2 pitch again coming from Stout. Todd Lott from Louisiana Lafayette University. That's one of the more interesting things about baseball players is these great baseball players. Some of the teams they come from are more smaller schools and community college, and that's one of the great things about baseball is Lott swings and misses, and Stout does his job there as he's ready to walk off the mound. As Durkay takes that one in for strike 1 after Lott struck out swinging there. Aiden Stout now 1 out away from doing his job at the bullpen. And Durkay, a big swing and a miss for strike 2. Oh, 2 pitch coming from Stout. Bases loaded, 2 away, 5-0 lead for the Bucs after they have played at 4 in this top half of the third. Stout sets the 0-2 pitch. Got him. As Crotty just steps on home plate. And that's going to do it. The bleeding is stopped momentarily here. As we head to the bottom of the third, the Bucs, after putting up 4, lead 5-0. We'll be back. Bottom of the third here, Alex Crotty to the plate and hoping to put some offensive spark for the Chinooks as they're down 5-0 in the bottom half of the third, and Harrison Pyatt on the mound for the Bucs. And that one finds the strike zone for strike one. And Crotty hits that out to Spoor at second. Spoor over to Veith. And that is good for out number one of the bottom half of the third.
Coming to the plate for the Chinooks, number 11, Alex Schmidt.
Alex Schmidt's now to the plate. Taking his first crack at the bat here. For the Chinooks, playing second base tonight. One out, bottom of the third here. And the pitch from Pyatt. And a swing and a miss by Schmitz for strike one. Pyatt looks in. The 0-1 pitch coming to Schmitz at the plate. That one down low for ball one. 1-1 pitch now coming from the Aztec on the mound. Harrison Pyatt. And that one finds the strike zone to make it a 2-strike, 1-ball count now. One-two pitch. And that one a little bit outside for ball two. There's 2-2 pitch with one away. Bottom of the third, 5-0 lead for the Bucs. As we're creeping in on the 8 o'clock mark here in Chugiak. Looks like 3 o'clock where I'm from. And that one sails outside to load the count full 3-2. Pyatt looks in, sets the 3-2 pitch on its way to Alex Schmitz. And Schmitz takes that inside. Good patience there as he takes a walk. And Levi Gilcrease, who belted a 3-run homer last night to give the Chinooks a 5-run lead. Ultimately, the Chinooks fail 6-5 for the Miners. But now comes to the plate with a runner on first. And one out here. And that one misses outside. Ball one to the Baylor Bear right fielder. Schmitz takes his lead on first. Gilcrease digs in. 1-0 pitch on its way. And Gilcrease, a big cutout there for strike one. One pitch now. And Gilcrease chops that opposite field, and Spoor lays out but can't get to that one. And Gilcrease puts that hit in the right field, and the Chinooks have runners on first and second with one away.
And Gilcrease barely had a hold of that one. It was what we saw. It was broken bat and just barely got out of the infield. Spoor dove and just missed it. So good heads-up base running for Schmitz and a good base hit for Gilcrease.
It looked at first Spoor. Well, actually, at first it looked like it'd be no problem, but Spoor, with his athleticism out there at second, was able to get over there, but ultimately just went under the glove. And now Mike Caprice takes that one low, ball one. Steps to the plate, and in a 5-0 ball game, don't want to be too aggressive out there. Obviously, you do, but it's only the third inning. Got to be a little conservative here on the base pass and get as many runs as possible and as little outs as possible. 1-0 pitch now, and Prees lines that up the middle, and Schmitz is going to be waved in, and the throw to the plate is not in time as Schmitz crosses the plate for the first run of the ball game for the Chinooks, and a 5-1 lead now for the Bucs in the bottom half of the third inning as we've hit the 8 o'clock mark. So hopefully The Bucs have the 7 o'clock hour, and the 8 o'clock hour is all Chinooks.
Well, hopefully, maybe just every hour is a Chinook hour.
I like that theory a lot better, Ryan. Let's go with that. As Jeremy Johnson stepping to the plate now after that RBI single from Prees, with Gilcrease on second and Prees at first, in a 5-1 game now in favor of the Bucs. And Johnson takes that outside, ball one. And Ryan, we preach this a lot, but it seems like the Chinooks, they just get a hit, one, a little single, and the pitcher just seems to crumble on the mound, and the Chinooks just strike and take advantage of that inning.
They do, and that's what you have to do. Once you're in the head, don't leave it. And Johnson hits that out to right field. Gonna have to give chase. He'll catch it. Gilcrease gonna tag. He's headed to third, and he dives, and he'll be safe.
Aggressive base running there as Gilcrease had a lead, and Johnson put that out to deep right field. And so Gilcrease was about halfway in case that ball got over the head of the right fielder, Jace Vandenbreg. But when Vandenbreg caught it, Gilcrease had to go run back, tag on second, and tag up, but the throw was to no avail. And now, runners on the corners here for the Chinooks with 2 outs, and Brandon Mitchie at the plate. And this bottom half of the third is Fishback gives his calls to the field, and the pitcher standing up and goes back in the squat. And let's see here what Mitchie can do with 2 outs, runners on the corners, 5-1 lead for the Bucs. And Mitchie takes that high, ball one. One-0 pitch now coming from Pyatt. And a swing and a miss by Mitchie. Comes up empty there for strike one. One pitch. Gilcrease on third. Prees on first. 2 outs. Bottom of the third. And Mitchie out to left field, and that's a shot. And Todd Lott out there can't get a hold of that one. And that goes over the head and all the way to the wall. Gilcrease scores. And Prees is being waved in, and Mitchie going to try to drag this out to a triple. And he slides in safe. And the Chinooks put 2 runs on the board. And we are right back in this game. 5-3 lead now for the Bucs.
And the Chinooks weren't quite out of it yet.
As this 8 o'clock hour and every hour, hopefully, is in favor of the Chinooks so far. And because of that, Ken Garland's going to go have a word with his right-hander. The Chinooks put 3 on the board, and they aren't done yet. 5-3 lead again. Aggressive base running as Mitchie extended that into a triple on a close play over there at third.
Mitchie just has impressive foot speed, though, and he got on his toes, and it makes a track guy very happy to see a baseball player do that. Form looked great, and he was going to beat it out any day of the week.
And after he beat out that triple, he stands on third base as Justin Gomez, who grounded out to second on a shot to the pitcher that almost was a single, if not for impressive athleticism out there on the mound, comes to the plate. And that one misses down low, ball one. And all of a sudden, the momentum, now the Chinooks still have work to do, but a lot easier to have the confidence being down 2 instead of 5. And Gomez takes that one in for strike one to even up the count 1-1. Gomez playing first base tonight for the Chinooks as he looks to bring home the runner on third. Pyatt, the 1-1 pitch. And that one in there for strike 2, and Gomez knows he should have struck on that one. 1-2 pitch now to the big hitting left-hander at the plate. And Gomez chops that breaking ball in the short infield, and this is going to be tough play for Calaccio. Calaccio to first. Gomez slides in. Out is the call.
No.
As Gomez gave it all he got. Head first slide. But the first base umpire down there says no. And Ryan, your first response was no.
It wasn't even close. I am going to do my best to keep my opinions to myself, as I am supposed to just describe the situation to you. But Gomez dove in. His chest was on the bag before the ball got there. The ball bounced. It was an athletic display by Gomez. The umpire might need to go get his eyes checked.
Well, he can have my glasses anytime. And we head to the bottom of the top. Excuse me. We're through 3. The Chinooks add 3. And we head to the top half of the 4th. The Bucs come to the plate. The Chinooks now down 5-3. We'll be back. And as we're back here in the top of the 4th, first pitch swing, and Jake Veith lines that in the right field for a leadoff single. The Bucs have a 5-3 lead after the Chinooks put 3 on the board in that top half of the 3rd, and arguably should still be hitting here. But after a close play at first, as Justin Gomez gave a headfirst slide attempt, was called out at first base to be the final out of the 3rd. We're back here in the top of the 4th now. Runner on first and nobody out. For the Bucs, David Hensley, who ripped a double into the deep left field corner. Comes to the plate, takes that one, missing for ball 1. One no pitch now to Hensley. And Hensley skies that up for Schmitz over at second base, and Schmitz puts that away for out number 1. Michael Fuchs now to the plate with runner on first and 1 out. Fuchs had a triple into deep left center, good for 2 RBIs, and he came around to score himself. And he hits here with 1 out and runner on first as that ball misses down low for ball 1. One no pitch now from Stout. That one misses down again, ball 2. Two-oh pitch now to the Bucs shortstop. And Fuchs gets jammed and pops that up. Called by Shackelford out there in short and puts that away for out number 2. Mason Fishback now to the plate. Had a sacrifice fly in the 3rd. Singled in the 2nd and came around to score. Comes to the plate with a runner on first and 2 outs here in the top half of the 4th. The Anchorage Bucs up 5-3 over the your Chinooks. Hayden Stout on the mound. And that breaking ball misses for ball 1. Another Alaska Baseball League news. The Oilers lead the Miners 2-0. And that's a last place team over a first place team. So we'll definitely keep an eye on that, as that has big implications for both of these squads. And the 1-0 pitch now from Stout. And Fishback drives that in a deep left center. This could be trouble. Pre's going to give chase, but puts that away for out number 3. And we head to the bottom of the 4th. The Bucs lead 5-3. We'll be back. Bottom of the fourth here, Aaron Shackelford to the plate. He grounded out to second in his first plate appearance. 5-3 lead here for the Bucs. And the bottom of the fourth here. And that one misses down low for ball one to Shackelford at the plate. 1-0 pitch now from Pyatt. And Shackelford drives out to center field and deep. This could be trouble as Hensley goes back, and just puts that away and slams into the wall for a loud out number one. Boy, did Shackelford get a hold of that one.
He did. It was dead center field, and this is not a small ball field.
400 feet.
400 feet dead center, and he was just one little chain link panel away from that sign. And so he had the full length to go there. All 390 feet of that. Anywhere else in the park, that ball's a home run.
And now, after that loud out number one, Luke Coffey to the plate. Takes that one in low ball one. Shackelford. If there's anybody I'd put my money on that could reach that 400-foot sign out there, he'd definitely be one of my first people to be thought of. And so with this guy, Luke Coffey. And a big swing and a miss. He was swinging for that 400-foot sign. Evens up the count at 1. One pitch now from Pyatt. And Coffey sends that opposite field in foul territory. Veith going to give chase out there, but runs out of room. And Coffey now will have to protect, as he has a 1-2 count awaiting him after that foul ball. Broke his bat there. You know, one thing I've noticed, Ryan, it's been a while since he's let go of one.
It has. And, I mean, he has adopted the new single batting glove.
On his left arm.
His left hand.
Lower bat grip.
So, I mean, if worse comes to worse, that's his best grip hand. He is a right-handed batter. And that's the hand that'll go with you all the way around the bat or all the way around your swing. So, smart on his behalf. I guess Coach Groth was tired of having to duck for the bats as he takes that for ball 2, making a 2-2 now.
Coffey. He gets picked on by the players for the throwing of the bat. Has a 2-2 pitch. Takes that one low for ball 3. Coffey, though, has his mother and girlfriend visiting tonight and for the next few days, so I'm sure he has extra motivation to do well. 3-2 pitch now to Coffey from Pyatt on the hill with 1 away, bottom of the 4th. And Coffey, good eye there, is going to take his base after ball 4 misses for Pyatt. Alex Crotty out of the plate. Runner on first, 1 out. And a 5-3 lead for the Bucs. And the 1-out pitch up high to Crotty, ball 1. Coffey takes his lead at first. Crotty digs in, hitting from the left side. The switch hitter as Pyatt throws over to first, but Coffey slides in safely. Pyatt sets the 1-0 pitch on its way to the Chinook catcher. And inside is Crotty. Goes down to a push-up position there to avoid that one. 2-0 count now is Calaccio. Going to go have a word with his pitcher, calm him down. And so is Fishback, the catcher. As the third baseman and catcher having a short meeting with the starting pitcher. And everyone now goes back to their positions. Bottom of the 4th. 5-3 lead in favor of the Anchorage Bucs. Alex Crotty at the plate. Luke Coffey at first. And a 5-3 lead for the Bucs. And that one hangs outside, ball 3.
And it does look at this moment that there is some action in the Bucs bullpen. We'll get that name and number to you when we have it. And that's going to be ball 4 to Crotty. Back-to-back walks. And now Alex Schmitz coming to the plate, but not before head coach Ken Hokuff comes out. Looks like there could be either a pitching change or just a quick refocusing here.
Pyatt, that last pitch was his 55th of the game. So the reason he'd be taken out most likely is just due to lack of success on the mound lately, as he allowed 3 in the bottom of the 3rd and now has given up back-to-back walks to put runners on 1st and 2nd. And ultimately that meeting on the mound is just going to be a short visit, a little pump-up speech as the Bucs head coach trots on back to the Bucs dugout. As Alex Schmitz, the Chinooks second baseman, walked and came around to score for the Chinooks. Comes to the plate in this 5-3 ball game in favor of the Bucs. Luke Coffey at second, Alex Crotty at first after both of them got on due to walks. And Schmitz will look to put this ball in play somewhere. And Schmitz, first pitch swinging, takes a hack of that high cheese and misses for strike 1. Schmitz from Oral Roberts University, the 5'11" right-handed hitter, faces an 0-1 count now. And Schmitz again swings and misses and down 0-2.
It looks like now Pyatt much more refocused. 2 quick pitches and 2 quick strikes.
As Schmitz steps back in after 2 strikes by Pyatt. Schmitz has to protect here the 0-2 pitch from Pyatt. And that one is inside at the knees for ball 1. Good eye there by Schmitz. 1-2 count now. Coffey and Crotty both take their leads on 1st and 2nd. In this bottom of the 4th, 5-3 lead for the Bucs. Pyatt, the 1-2 pitch to Schmitz. And Schmitz fouls that away to stay alive in the batter's box.
And that foul ball sponsored by Representative Dan Sattler.
1-2 pitch now. Coming to Alex Schmitz. Harrison Pyatt. 55 pitches now. 59 pitches, excuse me. The 1-2 pitch. And that one on the outside corner gets Schmitz looking for out number 2. And Levi Gilcrease, who singled and came around to score for the Chinooks in the bottom of the 3rd, comes to the plate. Gilcrease has been seeing the ball very well lately. And in critical position here for the Chinooks, down 5-3, bottom of the 4th. Coffey on 2nd, Crotty on 1st, and Harrison Pyatt on the hill with 2 outs. And Gilcrease, first pitch swinging, sends it out to left field. And Coffey is going to be coming around 3rd, and he'll score standing up. And Gilcrease, once again, continues his hot streak as Coffey comes across to score to make this game 5-4. Mike Capri's now to the plate. He's 2 for 2 in this game with 2 singles. In the 3rd, he had an RBI single and himself came around to score. So he'll look for the same thing here with runners on 1st and 2nd. The Bucs lead 5-4, 2 outs, bottom of the 4th. And Pre's first pitch swinging, sends it out to left field. Todd Lott, though, is going to let that drop. And Crotty's going to come around 3rd. And Gilcrease slides into 3rd. Crotty crosses the plate. And this game is tied.
Excellent piece of hitting there. And now the Chinooks are on a roll here. Need to keep it alive. And who better than Jeremy Johnson to step up to the plate?
Jeremy Johnson comes to the plate. This game now tied at 5. So we got a brand new ball game. Levi Gilcrease at 3rd, Mike Capri's at 1st. Jeremy Johnson in the batter's box with 2 outs, 5-5 ball game here. And there goes Prees. And Fishback just going to let Prees slide in safe. As Johnson took that in for strike 1. But now the Chinooks have runners on 2nd and 3rd. 2 outs, bottom of the 4th. Jeremy Johnson now with an 0-1 count to his name. Pyatt sets and throws. And Johnson going to chop that to Galaccio at 3rd. Galaccio Going to throw down at first, and Johnson going to get thrown out at first, but the Chinooks tie this game up at 5 after 2 runs on 3 hits. And we head to the top half of the 5th. Brand new ball game, tied at 5. We'll be back. Top of the 5th here. This game is brand new after the Chinooks were able to tie it up 5-5. Aiden Stout back on the mound. Dominic Calaccio up to the plate. Takes that one up high. Ball 1. Aiden Stout on the hill. 1-0 pitch. And Calaccio has the bunt down. And that ball is going to sail foul. And Calaccio will come back down to the batter's box and do that again, this time with a 1-1 count. And Calaccio taking the slow walk back to the batter's box. And this is baseball. We have all the time in the world. Dominic Calaccio at the plate. 1-1 pitch coming up. Nobody out, nobody on. Top of the 5th. Aiden Stout on the hill. And that breaking ball does not break enough for ball 2. Two-one pitch. And that one finds the strike zone to even up in that count 2-2. Calaccio steps in, hit from the right side. Stout, the 2-2 pitch. And Calaccio just nubs that one up the middle for a leadoff single, and the Bucs once again will hit with aggression here. Now with nobody out and a runner on first, the 9-hole hitter Cody Spoor to the plate. Spoor was walked in the 2nd inning and hit by a pitch in the 3rd. So he'll look to actually get on due to contact this time. Calaccio takes his lead on first. Stout sets on the mound. Throws back the first is Stout. Calaccio slides in safely. And that one inside, ball 1. One 0 count from Stout as Stout once again throws over to first. Calaccio once again slides in safely. Stout sets the 1-0 pitch to Spore. And that one down low, ball 2. Two-0 pitch. And Spore rips that in left field, and the Bucs back-to-back singles here to lead off the 5th. Now have runners on first and second, nobody out.
Batting for the Bucs, number 9,
Chase Vandenbrink, the leadoff hitter. 0 for 1 in this game, but has 2 walks. Steps to the plate in from left side for the Anchorage Bucs. Runners on first and second, nobody out. Vandenbrink had the bunt down, but had to pull back, almost hit by that pitch. As he now has a 1-0 count, and the infield will be on alert here. Luke Coffey already creeping in from third. Same with Gomez. Both of them on the outside grass. 1-0 pitch. Vandenbrink had the bunt again, but pulled back for the second time. 2-0 count after Stout missed outside for ball 2. 5-5 ball game here. Top of the 5th. Bucs jumped out to a 5-0 lead, but the Chinooks fought back to even up this game, but are in danger of giving that lead back up. Runners on first and second, nobody out for the Bucs. Vandenbrink again wanted the bunt, but pulled back because of, again, Stout missed for a ball. 3-0 pitch. And I'd be surprised if Vandenbrink put the bunt down again instead of just letting this pitch go, seeing if Stout misses. 3-0 pitch from Stout. Vandenbrink gonna have the bunt, but put that up foul. That went out of play. 3-1 count now for the Gonzaga right fielder. He's now going to have a word with his third base coach. Dominic Calaccio on second. Cody Spore on first, and Jace Vandenbrink up at the plate with the 3-1 pitch coming from Aiden Stout. As the Chinooks do have a right-hander warming up in the bullpen. I believe that to be Preston White. So we'll see how long Stout goes. It is the top half of the 5th. Stout does have his 30th pitch on the way. And so we'll see if Stout can get out of this inning. The 3-1 pitch to Vandenbrink. Vandenbrink, the bunt down again, pulled back, but that one finds the strike zone to load the count full. Stout on the mound, the 3-2 pitch. And Vandenbrink to Shackelford. Flips over to Schmitz at second. And the throw to first is high. And Calaccio going to come home and cross to score. And Vandenbrink going to be on second. And now John Groth going to go have a word with the home plate umpire. As I would assume, Ryan, you can help me out with this. I would assume it would be for interference.
At this point, what they're saying is that the runner at second is out. But what the problem is that the other umpire, it should be an interference call. It's the slide rule, essentially. That's what Shackelford is arguing. So that would mean that not only the runner at second who slid into him is out, but the runner at first would also be out, making it a double play. But after an erroneous throw, that's the problem. Coach Groth is arguing right now that that should be a double play and that it at least needs to be conferred. This is the second questionable call by the third base umpire.
John Groth having a word with the third base umpire. Getting this all worked out. And if this is held up, that would be an error on the throw, and it will be stayed. The Bucs now lead 6-5.
Batting for the Bucs, number 29, Chugiak.
And now with the runner on second, 1 out. Todd Lott to the plate. This game is now in favor of the Bucs, 6-5. And Lott takes that one in for strike one. And that one down low. Good job by Crotty. Just keep that in front of him there. 1-1 count now. To the 6-4 Buck left fielder. Six-5 lead for the Bucs. Top half of the fifth. Runner on second. 1 out. And Lott sends that to Coffee at third. And Coffee, the throw across the diamond. And he rockets that to first for out number 2. And now with 2 outs, Pete Durkay, who struck out swinging in his last at-bat and was walked the first 2 times before that, comes to the plate with a runner on second and 2 away. And his Anchorage Bucs up 6-5. Stout, first pitch. And that one's foul, tipped to the backstop by Durkay.
Mr. Goodeye, ladies and gentlemen, tie back.
Stout takes a sign from Alex Crotty, the catcher, and about to deliver the 0-1 pitch. Comes just a tad inside, ball 1. One pitch from Stout. 2 outs, runner on second. And that breaking ball just missed the strike zone there, ball 2. And that one skips in the dirt. Crotty able to keep that in front of him with his chest plate. And Durkay going to have a hitter's count of 3-1 now. Stout looks in, the 3-1 pitch on its way. 6-5 lead for the Bucs, top of the fifth. And Durkay chops that foul down the first base line. And Durkay fouls that full count pitch off. Three-two pitch from Stout once more. And Durkay rifles that to center field. Prees is under it and puts it away. For out number 3, the Bucs get 1 on the board to take a 6-5 lead. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Your Chinooks coming to the plate. Bottom of the fifth here. Bucs lead 6-5. Brandon Mitchie to the plate. And that one is roped into right field for a leadoff first pitch single.
Now batting for Chinooks, number 25, Justin Gomez.
And after that leadoff single by Mitchie, Justin Gomez to the plate. His last at-bat ended in an arguably close call in the third as he takes that one outside for ball one. One 0 pitch coming from Gomez as Pyatt throws to Mitchie, who slides in safely at first. Gomez, the 1-0 pitch with a runner on first, nobody out. 6-5 lead for the Bucs. And Gomez rips that one foul down the right field line.
And that foul ball sponsored by Discover Club Recovery and Wellness Center. And Olson.
One pitch to Gomez. Mitchie takes his lead off first. Pyatt shakes off Fishback on that call. Shakes him off again. And Gomez going to call time in the batter's box. Steps back in. As Pyatt sets the 1-1 pitch. And that one outside and low to Gomez. Ball two. 2 balls, 1 strike to the hard-hitting first baseman Justin Gomez. Mitchie takes the lead off first. Nobody out here. Bottom of the fifth. And Pyatt misses again outside. Ball 3. As we'll see here what Gomez can do with a hitter's count of 3-1 for him. With nobody out and a runner on first with the Chinooks down 1. Pyatt, the 3-1 pitch. And Gomez pops that one high in the air. And going to be called off by Vandenberg, the right fielder, who puts that away the first out of the bottom half of the fifth.
At the plate, for your Chinooks, number 8,
And now, Aaron Shackelford to the plate. Shackelford flew out to center field in his first at-bat, which went all the way to the fence. And Hensley out there made a great play. And now a pitching change might be coming here for the Bucs, as the Bucs head coach going to go have a word with this starting pitcher on the mound. And it looks like a right-hander for the Bucs is all warmed up. And that's going to be the call. And we're going to have a pitching change here for the Bucs. And we're going to take a quick break. Pitching change for the Bucs. Runner on first with 1 out. And Aaron Shackelford to the plate with the Bucs up 6-5. And we're back after a Bucs pitching change on the mound now. As the 6'3" right-hander from Panola Junior College, Kane Euchert. Euchert in 7 games, 15 and 2/3 innings pitched for a 1-0 record, a 5.7 ERA. The Chinooks last saw him June 29th when he went 2 1/3, gave up a 1 run on 2 hits, and gave up 1 walk and struck out 2. And Shackelford at the plate takes that first pitch from Euchert, high for ball 1. 6-5 lead here for the Bucs. Aaron Shackelford to the plate. Brandon Mitchie on first. 1 out. Bottom of the 5th. And a 1-0 count. That finds the strike zone to even up the count 1-1. Euchert, a native of Jasper, Texas, went 6 2/3 innings against the Pilots on June 1st in his last outing for the Bucs. Now comes out of the bullpen here as Mitchie tries to steal second, and that ball skips away from Fishback. And Mitchie's going to steal second easily.
And there again, we see demonstrated the rather aggressive tactics of Coach John Groth. Anytime he's got the opportunity to get a guy over to second base, he's going to take it.
And with a guy like Mitchie, who not only is fast, but also a smart baseball player, they got to take advantage. Shackelford now with a runner on second, 2-1 pitch, and that one is inside for a generous strike 2 there. And now we'll see what Shackelford does here. 2-2 pitch on its way, 1 out, bottom of the 5th, 6-5 lead for the Bucs, and a runner on second. And Brandon Mitchie. Kane Euchert on the mound for the Bucs just came in, the 2-2 pitch. And Shackelford sends that to the backstop. And we'll have a 2-2 count again. Mitchie takes lead off second. Aaron Shackelford at the plate with 1 out and a 2-2 pitch. Shackelford going to call time there. Steps back in as Euchert steps back on the rubber. Looks in, gets the call from Fishback. 2-2 pitch. And Shackelford is jammed inside and just gets some contact and sends that out to the pitcher. For out number 2, Mitchie does go to third on the play. And now with 2 outs and a runner on third, Luke Coffey comes to the plate. Coffey led things off in the 4th with a walk and came around to score. As he looked to bring home the tying run 90 feet away. Bottom of the 5th here, 6-5 lead for the Bucs. Brandon Mitchie on third, Luke Coffey at the plate in the 6-5 ball game. And that ball in there for strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch down from Euchert. And Coffey swinging a miss for strike 2. And Coffey has to protect down there to avoid the strikeout. Runner on third, 2 outs, the 0-2 pitch. And Coffey to Colaccio at third. Colaccio fields that. And the throw to first is in time. And the Chinooks threaten, but come up short. We're through 5. The Bucs lead 6-5. When we come back, top half of the 6th, the Bucs come to the plate. And we're here in the top half of the sixth. New pitcher on for your Chugiak Chinooks. A 6'6" right-hander out of Memphis, Tennessee, Preston White. White, last pitch, July 4th. Went 1 inning against the Matsu Miners, gave up 1 hit, walked 1, and struck out 1. And he now faces Jake Veith as he drops that one low for ball 1. Jake Veith, 1 for 2 in this game with a walk. He hits from the left side, the power-hitting first baseman. And this 6-5 lead for the Bucs. In the top half of the sixth, the 1-0 pitch, and Veith chops that one foul down the first base line. 1-1 count now.
It's kind of been interesting to see Veith go from being, at the beginning of the season, kind of like a so-so hitter to now kind of where he is.
He's dominating the cleanup hole for the Bucs and really becoming a threat every time he comes to the plate. And he watches that one in for strike 2 from Preston White. White, drafted in the 38th round a few weeks ago by the Los Angeles Dodgers.
I'll try not to have any hard feelings towards him.
Well, it appears he's wrestling between that or going to school next year at the Masters University. He has a 1-2 pitch, and that one down low, ball 2. Hard decision for a young man to make between pursuing his lifelong dream that he's worked so hard for, or pursuing playing college, with which a lot of people never get to. And so we'll be praying for him, and no matter what he chooses, we wish him the best. The 2-2 pitch now from Preston White. And that one's chopped foul down the left field line. And that ball sails out of play. 2-2 pitch again. Jake Veith hitting from the left side. 2-2 count. Nobody out, nobody on. 6-5 lead for the Bucs, top half of the sixth. And, oh, that breaking ball goes in for a ball 3. No idea how Veith held up from that one.
That pitch was right there, and it looked like a strike from here, but, you know, we are at a slight angle here in the press box.
And a biased angle.
And the biased angle, of course.
3-2 pitch from White to Veith. And that one's chopped to Schmitz at second. Schmitz fields that and tosses over to first. And that is good for the first out of the ball game. David Hensley, who's 2 for 3 in this game for the Bucs, singled in the second, ripped an RBI double in the third, and flew out to shallow right field in the fourth. Now steps to the plate with nobody on and 1 out in this top half of the sixth. Takes that one outside from Preston White, ball 1. Hensley from San Diego State stands at 6'5", playing center field tonight. And Hensley chops that to Coffey at third. Coffey backhands that one, and the throw to first is a little high, and it's over Gomez's head. And Hensley's going to round first and trot in the second. And all of a sudden now the Bucs have a runner on second. And now after that throw in air, the Bucs going to have a runner on second with 1 away from Michael Fuchs. And Fuchs takes that one in for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch to Fuchs. And Fuchs chops that to the backstop. Strike 2. 0-2 pitch now to the Vanguard shortstop. With Hensley on second and 1 away. And the 6'6" right-hander Preston White on the mound. White looks into Crotty. Shakes off the sign. Shakes it off again and now steps off entirely. Steps back on here. 0-2 pitch on its way to the Bucs shortstop. With 1 out, top half of the sixth, and a runner on second. And that one, ball 1, Is that one just hung high enough, according to the home plate umpire, for ball 1. One-two pitch. And Fuchs snubs that to second. Schmidt's going to have to hurry. Schmidt feels that. Throw to Gomez. Is in time for out number 2 as Hensley comes to third on the play. And now, 2 outs here in the top half of the 6th for Mason Fishback, the Bucs catcher, with a runner on third in the top half of the 6th. Fishback flew out to center field in his last at-bat in the 4th, and now looks to bring home a run that stands 90 feet away for his Anchorage Bucs. 2 out, first pitch is chopped foul down the third base line. 0-1 count. After that, foul ball. Hensley stands on third, takes his lead. Fishback stands in, facing Preston White, the 0-1. And that one goes outside for ball 1. Even count of 1-1 now. To Mason Fishback at the plate. White sets. And Fishback sends that out of play for strike 2. 1-2 count. Runner on third, 2 outs. On the top half of the 6th, with the Bucs leading 6-5. And that one drops in.
The entire Chinooks defense thought that was strike 3 right there.
And I think the entire Chinooks broadcast team, too.
Well, we tend to think a lot of pitches are strikes.
That's our job, Ryan. That's our job. 2-2 pitch now from White. Is that one in the dirt? Good job by Crotty to scoop that up. 3-2 pitch now on its way. And you have to wonder just where those pitches are missing. I mean, the umpire has been consistent, but a very small strike zone, it appears. The home plate umpire has the 3-2 full count pitch with 2 outs, top half of the 6th, and a runner on third coming from White. And that one hangs up high for ball 4. And now, instead of the Chinooks getting out of this inning on what looked like a strike 3 call instead, ball 4 is called a pitch later. And Dominic Calaccio, who has a lot of pop in that bat, steps to the plate with runners on the corners, 2 outs here. And the Bucs leading 6-5 in the top half of the 6th. White peers in, looks over to first, over his left shoulder. And that one's in there for strike 1. That one looked on the same height as that pitch that missed.
Yeah, roughly the same placement, too.
And after that first pitch strike to Calaccio, White's ahead here, 0-1. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Bucs lead 6-5, top half the 6th. White, the 0-1. And Calaccio held up there, but that does not matter as that goes in there for strike 2. And White in the driver's seat on the mound. 0-2 pitch on its way with 2 outs, top half of the 6th. Runners on the corners here for the Bucs. Calaccio steps in, hitting from the right side from Long Beach State, and Preston White, a Masters University right-hander, sets on the mound. The 0-2. And that one hangs high. Crotty's going to throw down to second, and now he's going to have to throw home, and Crotty applies the tag to Hensley. Beautiful heads-up play by Schmitz as Crotty threw down to second, and Hensley broke from third. Schmitz caught that ball and flung it home, and Crotty applied the tag. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Chinooks down 6-5. We'll be back.
Crotty.
And we're back here in the bottom of the 6th. Alex Crotty coming to the plate after he applied the tag at home to get the final out. Takes that one inside from Euchert for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch now. As Crotty lines that to third, and Fuchs, who just moved there, catches that one for out number 1. Alex Schmitz now to the plate. Alex Schmitz now to the plate, 1 out, nobody on, 6-5 lead for the Bucs. And Schmitz down the bunt down. Did not go, and that one's in there for strike 1. That one's down low, ball 1 to Schmitz. One, and that one's inside. For ball 2 there. 2-1 pitch now. And Schmitz lines that opposite field. And the Chinooks going to have a 1-out base runner. Schmitz gets aboard with an opposite field single. And Levi Gilcrease, who has been feeling the bat very well of late, 2 for 2 in this game, 2 singles, 1 run, and 1 RBI. Come to the plate with a runner on first and 1 away. Bottom of the 6th, the Bucs lead 6-5 for the Baylor Bear at the plate. Schmitz takes his lead on first, and we'll see if John Groth has Gilcrease put the bunt down. And Gilcrease, first pitch swinging, sends that straight to the backstop for strike 1. Gilcrease, one of the more aggressive hitters in the Chinook lineup. Has an 0-1 count now from Euchert. As Euchert throws over to Schmitz at first, slides back in safely there is a Chinook second baseman. Top of the order on deck and Mike Capri's. But right now, Gilcrease hoping to put some more base runners on for him. 0-1 pitch to Gilcrease. And that breaking ball hangs high as Gilcrease ducks away. Even count of 1-1 now. 1-1 pitch. Gilcrease takes that for a low strike 2, and I think Gilcrease was talking to him because that did not line up with his previous strike calls.
That one just a little bit outside for Gilcrease's liking.
1-2 pitch now. After that, questionable strike call to Gilcrease. Runner on first, 1 away, bottom of the 6th. And that one down in the dirt, ball 2. And lately, the bottom of the order has been producing a lot for the Chinooks. Last night, even though we lost 6-5, we saw 3 runs put up by the 7, 8, 9 hitters. And tonight, they're doing some good work again. 2-2 pitch to Gilcrease, the 9-hole hitter. And that one jams Gilcrease on the inside, and he pops that one up to Gunnar Schubert out there, who just entered the ball game in the bottom of the 6th. He puts that away for out number 2. Top of the order, Mike Capri's to the plate with 2 outs and a runner on first. The Bucs leading 6-5 as we just reached the 9 o'clock hour. And Ryan, typically where I'm from, as the hours progress, the sun goes down, not the other way around.
Well, yeah, I mean, here in Alaska, the sun doesn't really ever set. It just kind of goes in like a wave form and comes as his ups and downs. Capri's takes that in there for strike 1. Yeah, so occasionally the only time it really ever gets dark is when the sun is, it makes its full rotation of the earth, but it gets behind the mountains. And the mountains kind of block the sunlight.
As Prees gets a tip of that one and sends that foul. Strike 2. My parents have been in town for the last week. That's been a great thing to have up them, been going around. But one of their main things is it's hard for them to sleep. As they're used to, if the sun's out, you got to keep working. But the problem is the sun never sets, so the work never stops in their eyes. 0-2 pitch now from Euchert. And Prees sends that to Schubert at short, and Schubert Flips that to Spore at second, and that's going to do it for the Chinook. Bottom half of the 6th. We head to the top half of the 7th. The Bucs lead 6-5. We'll be back. As we're back here through 6th and in the top half of the 7th, Gunnar Schubert making his first plate appearance as he came in for Dominic Galaccio, as Michael Fuchs is now manning the third base corner for the Bucs, taking his first axe of the ball game against Preston White. White came in out of the bullpen to pitch the 6th, came up a walk, but other than that, had a successful inning of relief as he misses down low for ball 1 to Gunnar Schubert. 6-5 lead here for the Bucs, top half of the 7th. And Schubert watches that again miss for ball 2. Two-zero pitch from White, and Schubert kind of flipped out to fellow shortstop Shackelford, fields that, throws to first. And in time for the first down in the top half of the 7th. Cody Spore now to the plate. Spore in the 5th inning, singled. 3rd inning, hit by a pitch. 2nd inning, walked. So he now has the cycle, well, I guess apart from a bunt, of getting on first base in all the ways you can in baseball. 1 out, and Spore, a big swing and a miss, comes up empty there for strike 1. And another swing and a miss from Spore, puts him down 0-2.
And Preston White from White is on point in that, at least in those last 2 pitches. Starts off inside and ends up in the middle. Spore gonna line that out in the left field for a quick base hit.
As Spore, after 2 breaking balls, was finally able to get a read on what White was delivering there, and now White will have to work with 1 out, 1 on. And the guy in the 1 order spot coming to the plate, Jace Vandenbrake. Vandenbrake over 2 in this game. Grounded out to first in the 1st. Walked in the 2nd and 3rd. And grounded into a fielder's choice RBI in the 5th. Hits now with 1 on and 1 out. And that one finds the strike zone from White. Top of the 7th here. 6-5 lead for the Bucs. Runner on first, 1 out. 0-1 pitch on its way from Preston White, the 6'6" Memphis, Tennessee right-hander. Looks over to Spore at first, taking his lead there. Watch for the pickoff attempt and the 0-1 pitch, and that one is grounded foul out first base. Justin Gomez picks that up, throws back to White, and we'll have an 0-2 pitch coming from White And White, not only does he possess a pretty good breaking ball, but once was tracked with a 95-mile-per-hour fastball. And if you can do that, you're good to go.
95 miles an hour is a pretty hard pitch. Hard pitch to hit, especially if it's a two-seam fastball. It's a moving pitch at 95 miles an hour.
And we'll see here what Alex Crotty, the catcher, likes to throw as he gives the signal to White. The 0-2 pitch with one away and one on. And that one's just chopped foul. Vandenbrink will have another chance here. Oh, 2 pitch from White, who sets on the mound. And there goes Sporer as Vandenbrink once again fouls down to the backstop.
And Crotty there already popped up, and before the ball had even gotten into his glove, was already reaching into it, getting ready to throw the ball on down to second to get Sporer out. Little disappointed when he found the ball was fouled off and not in his glove.
And let's see if he gets a chance here. 0-2 pitch from White. And there goes Sporer again, and that one's chopped to White. White flips to Shackelford. No, he can't get the ball out in time. So instead, we'll flip to first and get the out. The runner, Sporer, does slide into second safely.
Batting for the Bucs, number 29, Todd Lott.
And now with 2 outs and a runner on second, Todd Lott to the plate. Lott over 4 in this game. Flew out to right in the first, flew out to left in the second, struck out swinging in the third, grounded out to third in the fifth, and awaits the first pitch from White in the 7th. And Lott first pitch swinging, flips that to Coffey, and Coffey throws to first, and Gomez catches that, and that's going to do it for the Bucs top half of the 7th. We head to the bottom half of the 7th. The Chinooks down 6-5. We'll be back. Bottom of the 7th here as that one misses down low from Euchert. On his first pitch to Jeremy Johnson. Johnson 0 for 2 in this game. And this 6-5 lead for the Bucs, bottom half of the 7th. And the 1-0 pitch from Euchert. In there for strike 1 to Johnson. One pitch now from Euchert. And Johnson laces that to Schubert at short. Schubert fields that. And the throw to first is in time to beat out Johnson there for the first out of the bottom half of the 7th. And now the Aussie, Brandon Mitchie, DHing tonight. And the cleanup spot to the plate with 1 away and nobody on. And this 6-5 contest between your Chinooks and the Bucs. Ukert looks into Mitchie and throws. And that one is on the outside corner for strike one. Mitchie 2 for 3 in this game, singled in the fifth, and had a 2-run triple in the third. And a big swing and a miss comes up empty there and puts him down on an 0-2 hole early. Ukert looks in, gets a sign from his catcher, Mason Fishback. The 0-2 pitch with the one out, bottom of the seventh, 6-5 lead for his Bucs. And that one skips in the dirt. But doesn't matter as there's nobody on the base paths to do anything about it. 1-2 now to the Chinook DH, Brandon Mitchie, with the first baseman, Justin Gomez, on deck. The 1-2 pitch. And that one hangs on the outside. Good plate framing there by Fishback. But the umpire saw it before. 2-2 count now. And that one comes in and says hello to Mitchie. And Mitchie backed away, but strike three was called anyway. And Mitchie walks back with a smile on his face, probably thinking, what happened to that?
Batting for the Chinooks, number 25, Justin Gomez.
I think Mitchie with a smile just sort of respectfully disagrees.
And now Justin Gomez, who has, to put it for better or for worse, disagreed on a few calls this season, steps to the plate. He laces that out to center field to Hensley, and Hensley goes back and first pitch swing and puts that away. We're through 7. The Bucs lead 6-5. We'll be back. Back in the top of the 8th, Preston White once again on the hill for the Chinooks in this top of the 8th, 6-5 lead for the Bucs. And the DH, Pete Durkay, to lead things off. And that one hangs outside, ball 1. To the University of Tennessee left-handed hitter, Pete Durkay. The sun has fully come out now behind the clouds and hopefully shines some light on the Chinooks as White drops that in there for strike 1. And other Alaska Baseball League news, the Oilers lead the Miners 2-1 in the top of the 8th. And we'll keep an eye out on that one to see when that one goes final. Right now, 6-5 lead for the Bucs. 1-1 pitch from the White. And that one hangs on the low inside corner for strike 2. One-two pitch on its way from White. That one skips in the dirt ball, too. Two-two pitch now to Durkay. And Durkay slashes that down the first base line. Foul. And that'll keep this count where it is, 2-2. 2-2 pitch. And that one Hang is going to load the count full after that. Preston White fastball missed on the outside. 3-2 now. 3-2 pitch from White. Nobody out, nobody on. Top half of the 8th. 6-5 lead for the Bucs. And that one just hangs outside for ball 4. And the Bucs are going to have a leadoff base runner here to lead things off in the top half of the 8th. And now the big hitting left-hander Jake Veith to the plate. Jake Veith, 1 for 3 in this game, singled in the 4th and was walked in the 3rd. And with the runner on first, nobody out, we'll look to do some damage. And that one inside and low for ball 1. Veith takes his lead, Durkay takes his lead at first as White throws over to Gomez, and Durkay slides in safely. Pete Durkay awaiting the 1-0 pitch as Durkay takes his lead off first. Preston White on the mound in the stretch. 1-0 pitch. And that one finds the strike zone for strike 1. Nice rebound pitch there from White as he looks to shut down these Bucs hitters. David Hensley on deck for the Bucs. Nobody out here. Top of the 8th, 6-5 lead in favor of the Anchorage Bucs. And the 1-1 pitch coming from White with a runner on first. And that one on the outside, ball 2 now. White looks over to first as Veith steps in, hitting from the left side here. As White, the quick pickoff attempt. No avail there. 2 balls, 1 strike. Nobody out. And 1 runner on first in this 6-5 ball game in favor of the Bucs. And that ball just hangs up a tad for ball 3. Hitters count of 3-1. And we got a hitter at the plate in Jake Veith who can put a ride on one if he gets his pitch. So White will have to be careful here. 3-1 pitch. And Veith comes up with nothing but air for strike 2. Full count now to the Gonzaga first baseman with the University of Tennessee, Pete Durkay on first. And nobody out here in the top of the 8th inning. White peers in and sets. And there goes Durkay as that missed on the outside for ball 4. And White with a look of disapproval. But nonetheless, the Bucs are going to have runners on first and second. Nobody out for David Hensley. 2 for 4 in this game with an RBI. And Chris Beck going to go have a word with Preston White. There is a right-hander warming up for the Chinooks. That appears to be Scott Smith down there. And we'll see if Chris Beck pulls the plug on White or not. And that's going to do it for the Memphis, Tennessee right-hander, Preston White. We'll be right back, but when we come back, Scott Smith on the pitch for the Chinooks. 6-5 lead for the Bucs. Runners on first and second, and nobody out. We'll be back. And after that call to the bullpen, Scott Smith, the 6'7", 235 right-hander, comes to the plate now. Comes to the mound for the Chinooks. Smith with a 1-3 record, 4.59 ERA in 10 games. Has 15 and 2/3 innings, 3 saves, 14 strikeouts, 8 walks, and have given up 18 hits. We last saw him July 5th against the Pilots. Went 3 innings, gave up 4 hits, a walk, and 3 strikeouts, and 14 batters faced. But now comes in with nobody outs. And a runner on first and second as Hensley puts that bunt down the third base line. Coffey barehands that and not able to get a good grip, and that evades Schmitz. And Durkay is going to come home. And now the Bucs have runners on second and third, nobody out. And now the Bucs lead 7-5 in this top half of the 8th. After David Hensley put that bunt down, it was going to be a tough play no matter what. Coffey barehanded it and couldn't get enough grip, and it bounced in front of Alex Schmitz, who was covering first at the time, and Schmitz could not feel it. And now we have runners second and third, nobody out, as Smith lays that one in there to Michael Fuchs for strike one. Fuchs 1 for 3 in this game with a sacrifice hit in the second and a triple in third. And the Chinooks infield is in, as if Jake Veith over there first breaks for third on a ground ball. That ball is coming home. A 1 pitch from Smith. And Fuchs out to Gilcrease to right. Veith is ready to go on third. Gilcrease with the catch and the throw home. And not in time as Veith able to just beat the throw. 8-5 now. After that sacrifice fly by Fuchs. And Hensley came to third on that sacrifice fly there. 1 out now for the Bucs with a runner on third and 2 runs across gives them an 8-5 lead. Mason Fishback now the catcher to the plate with another RBI 90 feet away. And Fuchs puts that one out of play for strike 1.
And that foul ball sponsored by Labor's Local 341.
A 1 pitch to Fishback. And that one down in the dirt. Crotty able to get there in time to block it. 1-1 count now to Mason Fishback. David Hensley on third, 1 out. Top of the 8-5 lead for the Bucs. As we have hit the 9:30 mark. The sun in full effect now here in Chugiak, Alaska. 1-1 pitch from Smith. And that one's chopped to Shackelford. It's short. Shackelford throws home, and Crotty applies the tag. And good play there by Shackelford to save the 4th run from Crossan. The 3rd run, from Crossan.
Number 14.
And now with 2 outs, after Shackelford was able to gun down Hensley coming from third at home. There are 2 outs, runner on first. In the top of the 8th here, 8-5 lead still for the Bucs. And Gunnar Schubert, who grounded out to the shortstop, Shackelford, his first at bat to the plate. Takes that one inside for ball 1. One 1-0 pitch coming from Smith. And that one's out to right center, but Gilcrease going to go back, battling the sun out there, puts that away. And that's going to do it for the Bucs. Top half of the 8th, they scored 2. We head to the bottom of the 8th. The Bucs lead 8-5. We'll be back. Bottom of the 8th now for the Chinooks. Down 3 as the Bucs lead 8-5. Aaron Shackelford to lead things off. 0 for 3 in this ball game for the Chinooks. Lead things off in the bottom half of the 8th. Kane Euchert back on the mound for the Bucs. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. One pitch. And that one finds the strike zone. 1-1 count now to the Chinook shortstop. And that one's down low, ball 2. Two one pitch now to Shackelford. And Euchert tried to put that breaking ball in, missed up high. 3-1 now.
Shackelford now got the green light. A 3-1 count. And he pops this one up in the left field. Lott going to lay out for it, and he's going to come up with it.
And after that, athleticism display by Lott after he dove to put that away. 1 out now in the bottom of the 8th. Luke Coffey, who's over 2 in this game with a walk, steps to the plate with 1 out and nobody on. Bucs lead here, 8-5. As that one pops out of the catcher's glove for ball 1. One 0 pitch on its way. That one finds the strike zone for strike 1. And the swing and a miss there by Coffey. Puts 2 strikes now on the board. Luke Coffey from Westmont College, a native of Santa Barbara, California. Has to protect. 1-2 pitch on its way from Euchert. 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of the 8th. And that one missed on the outside corner for ball 2. Two pitch now from Euchert. And Coffey just able to foul tip that one to stay alive. You could tell he wanted that one. Two pitch, 1 out to Luke Coffey. And Coffey drives that out to deep center, but Hensley is going to be under that one and put that away for out number 2. And Alex Crotty, who comes to the plate over 2 in this game, trying to start something here with 2 outs and nobody on. Down 8-5 are the Chinooks. As that one finds the inside corner to the left-handed hitter for strike 1. Down low, misses, ball 1. From Euchert on the hill. One pitch, and Crotty takes that outside, ball 2. 2-1 count to the Mercer University catcher. In 178 this season. 2-1 pitch. And a swing and a miss by Crotty evens up the count 2-2. Two outs, nobody on, 2-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss by Crotty. And we're through 8 here. The Bucs lead 8-5 as we head to the 9th inning. The Chinooks have some work to do. We'll be back. And as we're back in the top of the ninth, Scott Smith back on the mound for the Chinooks. Bucs lead 8-5 as Sporer fouls that off his left foot. And he's wincing a little bit there. Cannot blame him. He does have an ankle brace on, but that missed the brace entirely. And him on the inside of the foot. So that one's going to sting a little bit.
And those ones are definitely a little bit painful. Sporer still hasn't stepped back in the batter's box.
And as Sporer does step in, Smith has him up 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Top of the order on deck for the Bucs as they lead 8-5 here in the top of the ninth. Smith, the 0-1 pitch, and that one is popped up in the air to left. Johnson comes in and puts that away for the first out of the top of the ninth here. As the top of the order, Jace Vanderbrake to the plate. Vanderbrake over 3 in this game with 2 walks, though. So he'll look to get on due to contact in this at-bat. Hitting with nobody on and 1 away, top of the ninth. 8-5 lead for the Bucs. With Scott Smith on the hill for the Chinooks. Looking to keep it right there at 8-5. And that one skips away from everybody for ball 1. One 0 pitch now from the 6'7" right-hander on the mound. That one down low again. Ball 2. Vanderbrake had a fielder's choice in the 5th that brought home a run for the Bucs. Ever since then, been a little quiet as he takes that one up high, ball 3. Vanderbrake, teammates with Jake Veith, both from Gonzaga University. Known mainly for their basketball program, but their baseball team on the lookup as Vanderbrake takes that one low for ball 4, and the Bucs going to have a 1-out base runner after a 4-pitch walk issued by the right-hander Scott Smith. And now the dangerous as ever Todd Lott. The Chinooks have been able to neutralize him so far in this game 0 for 5. As he grounded out to third in the 7th and the 5th. Struck out swinging in the 3rd and flew out to left in the 2nd, flew out to right in the 1st. Now comes to the plate what may be his last time here as he looks to avoid going 0 for. with a runner on first and 1 out. And his Bucs lead an 8-5. Smith sets on the mound and delivers. And that one's down and gets past Crotty. And Vanderbrake going to trot into second. And now Lott going to have an RBI opportunity with 1 out and a runner on second. There's that wild pitch by Smith. Crotty has done a pretty good job of backing the pitchers up. Just going to get that one. And Lott now, the powerful as ever right-handed hitter, has a 1-0 count awaiting him with a runner on second and 1 away. And that one's outside, and Crotty's getting a little leg workout in. As Smith missed on the outside, and Crotty had a lunge for that one. 2 balls, no strikes, with 1 out, top of the 9th here. Vanderbrake on second, Lott in the right side of the batter's box. And Lott, a big swing, sends that one foul out of play for strike 1. 2-1 pitch down from Smith. And Lott swings and regrets it right from the moment that left his shoulder. And Smith now has the Louisiana Lafayette freshman locked in at a 2-2 count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away, top half of the 9th. Chase Vanderbrake on second. And there's 8-5 lead for the Anchorage Bucs. In this Alaska Baseball League action, Smith looks over and delivers and gets Todd Lott swinging, and Lott 0 for 6 in this ball game. And another Alaska Baseball League news. The Oilers beat the Miners. Not something you see every day, the last place team beating the first place team.
No, that is not something you see every day. And as the Oilers, I mean, I guess they're playing a little bit better now after going after the Miners.
That's the second time in about a week. They actually shut the Miners down a few days ago. So all of a sudden, the stands are getting a little compacted as Smith misses up high for ball 1.
Just goes to show that any team can beat anyone here.
That's true, especially when you have college guys that are hungry for success. 1-0 pitch, and that one in there for strike 1. Well, Ryan, you've been around here. Does it get a little more intense when scouts come?
You will definitely see some things you would normally see in a baseball game when the scouts show up. But a lot of times, there's the set scout showcase.
And when is that, by the way? It's coming up soon, I believe.
It is.
I believe it's the 14th and 15th.
That would be correct. It is during the week weekend. They come up, and those days are usually a little bit intense. They try and work in all the pitchers, and they try and work in all the pitchers, work in all the defensive players. So that way, everyone gets to be seen a little bit. But what they don't really know is that the entire week before that, those scouts come into the games and are watching them, and they don't know that the players usually don't pay attention, but the scouts, especially at this park, they'll go sit up on the hill and go watch these guys.
As that one comes inside and skips away from Crotty, and Durkee swung anyway, but he's going to get aboard with a drop third strike. And Vanderbrake got to go from second to third on that. And now runners on the corners for the Bucs with 2 outs. And so I assume those non-conference games, they don't mean anything in terms of standings.
No, for the Scout Showcase, they are just simply exhibition games, and they are played against each other for the purpose of being scouted. They have no effect on the standings.
Well, I'm interested to see that. That comes in a week, and that will be up at Mulcahy Stadium in Anchorage. We would love for you guys to join us there. But right now, even with or without scouts, we need some pitching going on here. Runners on the corners, 2 outs, top of the 9th. For Jake Veith, who's walked twice and singled to be 1 for 3 in this game. In this 8-5 lead for the Bucs, top half of the 9th. 1-0 pitch on its way from Smith. And that one is popped out of play. For strike number 1. Now, is it mainly just major league scouts looking at these guys for the draft, or do you have some for maybe looking at JC guys for some big-time colleges or just small-time colleges?
You're going to see professional scouts. So for professional baseball, so you're going to see those major league guys. They come up here. They go to the Cape. They go to Northwoods. They go here, and they're looking for talent for the future of the Major League Baseball program.
Yeah, Smith misses outside for ball 2. Well, we already have one Chinook that we saw, Preston White, being drafted, and I'm sure at least one, if not a few of these guys that we've seen this season will see their name in the draft book eventually. Connor Menez, a former Chinook, doing good work for the Giants organization, as he made the single-A All-Star team out there. 2-1 pitch down from Smith, misses up high, ball 3. Must be fun following former Chinooks. Josh Donaldson played in Fairbanks, which was formerly that team became the Chinooks, and obviously we know the success he's had.
Josh Donaldson, it's become a household name now.
Well, easily the best player to ever come out of the organization. For now. And Smith misses up high for ball 4. And that's going to load the bases here in the top of the 9th as Veith gets aboard with a walk. And now David Hensley, who doesn't look like it due to his stature, but has a lot of pop that he can produce, sent a double down that was shot down the left field line for an RBI double in the 3rd and came around to score. Now it's a chance to add some more insurance runs for the Bucs, leading 8-5 with bases loaded and 2 outs in the top half of the 9th. And Hensley takes that one for a strike for a first pitch ball, 1-0 pitch from the Savannah State University right-hander. Down low, ball 2. Smith now, 30 pitches. And Smith has issued a few walks in the past. And sometimes even in base-loaded situation, we'll look to avoid that. The 2-0 pitch to Hensley. And that one in for a high strike 1. It helps having a 6'5" guy at the plate for sure, as that was just below the chest, but generous pitching strike there. And Smith now has Hensley at 2 balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs. Bases loaded, and Hensley, and that's going to get through into left field. Vanderbeek scores, and right behind him is Durkay, the long throw from left. And Crotty applies the tag, and out is the call. What a throw by Jeremy Johnson, and left saves the Chinooks a run. And the right-hander Smith gives his appreciation. 1 run does score on that single. Well, that's the 3rd out. 9-5 for the Bucs after they just got a run across moments ago. Folks, it's rally cap time. The Chinooks down 9-5 as we head to the bottom of the 9th here in Chugiak, beautiful Alaska. Bottom of the 9th, folks. Alex Schmitz to lead things off to hopefully start a rally as the Bucs lead 9-5. Euchert misses up high for ball 1. Euchert so far, 3 2/3 innings, has given up 1 hit. As he drops that one in for strike 1. Schmidt so far 1 for 2 in this game. Walked in the third and came around to score. Struck out in the fourth and singled in the sixth. Was eventually left on base. So he'll look to be on base again here. 1-1 pitch. Up high. Ball 2. On deck is Levi Gilcrease. Gilcrease 2 for 3 in this game with an RBI. And after a 3-run bomb last night and 2 singles tonight, would love to get a base runner on for him. And that one misses the strike zone. Ball 3. And Schmitz, a patient hitter at the plate. 1 ball away from giving Gilcrease a runner to work with. 3-1 pitch from Ukert. And Schmitz over to Sports. Second, Sports spears that one and throws to Veith at first. And that is the first out of the ninth. And now Gilcrease singled in the third and came around to score. Had an RBI single in the fourth and flew out to short in the sixth. Now comes to the plate. The Bucs lead 9-5, bottom of the ninth, with 1 away and nobody on to the Baylor Bear at the plate. And that one's high. Wow. That is a very high strike call there by the umpire. And Levi not want to show emotion. I say that as he's the only one been ejected. But he's typically one of the more respectful players. Didn't really set myself up there.
Levi is a very respectful player, but, you know, he's not afraid to let you know if...
He says in a very nice manner. As a swing and a miss by Gilcrease for strike 2. Well, Ryan, that was at his chest. Like that, the catcher had to reach over his mask. And when you're Gilcrease, now you have to swing at everything because now you don't know what's a strike or not. As Gilcrease swings and misses, and I blame that fully on the umpire there. As right from the get-go, Gilcrease had his confidence shot because now he didn't know what to. Now he couldn't take anything after that terrible strike call to open up the at-bat. But nonetheless, 2 outs now for the Chinooks with nobody on in this 9-5 game, and the leadoff hitter Mike Capri's to the plate. And that one hangs inside, right where the strike call was for Gilcrease. And that one in for a first pitch ball from Kane Ukert on the mound for the Bucs. 1-0 pitch, 2 outs, bottom of the ninth, nobody on. And Prees out to Schubert. Schubert fields that, throws over to first. And that is the ball game, folks. The Bucs win 9-5. The Chinooks fell early 5-0. But we're able to fight back and tie it at 5 apiece. But ultimately, the Bucs add 4 more and put this game away. 9-5. I'll be back in 1 minute, and I'll be giving a post game just to go over this game, go over stats. The Bucs won this game 9-5. I'll be back momentarily. Whew. All right, folks, back with a little post game. Caleb Duarte here, voice of the 2017 Chinooks. The Bucs win 9-5, and the Bucs continue their torrid season so far. They go to 16-9, which is good for second place in the ABL, and the Chinooks go to 10-16. The Pilots, who the Chinooks came in tied, were actually off tonight, so that means the Chinooks fall to a firm 4th place. In the other game that I was paying attention to between the Oilers and Miners, that game is still in extra innings. Excuse me, no, the Oilers won. What am I talking about? And that means the Oilers go to 8-14, and the Miners fall to 18-8. And so in terms of standings, the Chinooks still in 4th place, still a half game up in terms of standings. However, have some more work to do. A tough skid so far. I believe it's 1 win in the last 5 games, 3-8 in their last 11. That's what happens. That's baseball. You get cold streaks, you get hot streaks. We saw a 5-game win streak at one point, but ultimately not enough for the Chinooks. The winning pitcher tonight is Kane Ukert, who came out of the pen for Harrison Pyatt. Ukert went 4 1/3, 1 hit, and 3 strikeouts. And folks, it's hard to hit a pitcher that's not giving up any. So a fabulous outing there by Ukert out of the mound. Got to respect it. If you're the Chinooks. The Chinooks used 4 pitchers. Noah Jones with 2 1/3, gave up 4 hits and 5 runs and 6 walks. Aiden Stout came in after him, 2 2/3 innings, gave up 1 run on 3 hits and 2 strikeouts. Preston White and Scott Smith each had 2 innings. White in the 6th and 7th gave up 2 runs on 1 hit, 3 walks. And Scott Smith, who you saw in the 8th and 9th just now, gave up 1 run on 1 hit, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Mike Capri's went 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Mitchie had a 2-run triple. The bats were working, but ultimately the Bucs win 9-5. The Bucs 9 hits, the Chinooks 8, but the Chinooks 3 errors. And if you look across the scoreboard, that's the one that really pops out to you, because if you're giving up 3 errors, especially when they're giving up none, you're bound to lose the game. And then you can't do that at this league. If you give up errors and you keep making mistakes, it's going to bite you in the butt, and you're going to have to pay for it eventually. Tomorrow, looking at the schedule, we are back here against the same Bucs, 7 p.m. at Lee Jordan Field. The Bucs will be back, and folks, we're going to have to win a game. As it's getting crunch time, we only have a few games left, and I'm looking at the schedule. 13 games. That's crazy. But that's baseball, and we love it for the summer. The Chinooks fall 9-5, and we're back tomorrow, 7 p.m. That's all I got for you. Disappointing loss. One thing I can say is we got down 5-0, but we did not give up. We came back and fought to give it up 5-5. We had our chances to take the lead. We just could not come up. That's going to do it for me. Cale Duarte here, voice of the Chugiak Chinooks. I'll be back tomorrow hoping for a better outcome. The Bucs win 9-5. You guys have a great night. I hope you all had a wonderful 4th, and I'll shout out my parents. You guys are leaving today. I love you. Thank you for coming up and spending your week with me. That means so much to me. I love you all. And to all you viewers, thank you for watching us. Thank you for putting us in your weekly evening affairs. You guys have a great night, and God bless. See you in 23 hours.